Yeah, so I have to do this video all over again. Like, I'm the old guy with the foamy mouth. I guess that's like an older guy thing, you know. We gotta watch for is when you get older and you're doing a lot of work around the beach or dry areas. Like, I think we get like a tendency to get more foam. So I had that during the whole video, and I even gotta watch it now. Huh? All right. So besides that, basically what I was saying is, yeah, just be careful this afternoon. I was illustrating, it's not really a rip current out there, but it's kind of fading, I guess. Well, gars are flying, double reds over here, so there is some pretty, that means like, don't go in, for sure. And this, you could even see why they fly double reds over here, because you can see the rip current. Like, look at that. That looks really bad. Like, that looks like a river. You know, you have people that don't even know how to swim. Like, it's like jumping into a river. It's like jumping into, like, Niagara Falls River sometimes. Like, that's the amount of power that can exist out there. And people will jump in and don't even know how to swim. You know, for me, I've always been a beach guy. And, you know, I do this to hopefully sustain my life down here at the beach and just be valued, you know, and maybe have a place someday, you know. I'm not really trying to be famous or anything like that. You know, that's not really what I'm trying to do down here. I'm just trying to simply, you know, try to continue on with my beach cleans and you know, promote a healthy earth in whatever way I can. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not like super environmental, but like, you know, I do like a clean beach. I do like the environment where you have all these kids and families coming down and enjoying themselves, you know, and like, you know, I mean, it's hard to sustain life here. It's hard to, for me, especially me, you know, making that, I mean, I'm living in my truck right now, but besides that, so today, we got a pretty busy beach down here for a Monday, you know, when you're glad that a lot of these people, you know, have been able to get down here from work or whatever is going on. But yeah, in about another hour or so, the guards are going to be leaving for today. And yeah, which these kind of conditions, if you don't know what you're doing and you're going to be standing on these sandbars, like, you're going to be losing these sandbars, and it's going to be a high tide rip current, which aren't as bad as going to the low tide rip current, but since there's there's some energy, not a lot, like not crazy waves, that can cause rip currents as the tide is going to high. It's the lesser rip current, but they can be very dangerous because places where you were standing, you can get some pretty mean ones during the tide transition, even if it is going to high, you know, high tide. So with that being said, yeah, if you ever try a publicity stunt, because I know I you know, document a lot of my rescues and everything like that, and who knows, right, where this can get out, and maybe somebody wants to make I would say absolute shame on you, because you know what, you are putting lives at risk. You know, whenever I do these saves and somebody's got to call and I got to flag down someone to get a jet ski, or you know, when the lifeguards leave, we're dependent on the rescue squad, which could be miles away. They got to get, you know, emergency vehicles, the police, all these vehicles gotta fly through a town at 50, 60 miles an hour where the traffic, you have people riding their bikes, you have people running, you have people walking their dog. People are all over the place here. So like, and even on the beach too, you gotta go through the beach, so somebody can get hit by a emergency personnel vehicle during these rescues. You know, especially as you go near Seaside Heights, it's like a zoo down there. You know, more where I've been getting these rescues out of. I mean, it is absolute mayhem over there. You got hundreds of thousands of people in the street, like just going in rides and boardwalk games, and people enjoying their afternoon, and you got somebody in distress. All these emergency vehicles gotta tear through town, and somebody can get ran over. That's just life, you know. So never ever try to put yourself in a situation where all that needs to, you know, you need to take account for that as well. Not only like your own swimming ability. You know, I say if you're not a swimmer, or you're not an ocean swimmer, you know, and the lifeguards aren't around, you know, staying up to your knees, maybe waist high, or, you know, when it's a dangerous day like this, yeah, just don't chance it. You know, just rinse off as you can, but do not swim out, because if you do get caught in a rip current, it's not going to let you go. It's not. I don't care. I see a lot of guys with like no swim stroke at all, and they'll just go out there. And yeah, you came back. Congratulations, but that's not going to happen all the time. I guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? Because these currents can form. You don't see them, but I can see them sometimes. And yeah, that's just what I want to put out there is absolute shame on you. You know, if you're going to do that, because there is a real risk out here when these conditions are prevailing. You know, so always keep that in mind. And I don't mean to make anyone upset or anything like that. You know, because I know there's a lot of people that simply, you know, whether they can't afford the beach pass, and you know, I mean, it's always been like that here in Jersey, so I'm kind of used to it. You know, I gotta buy the pass. You know, so yeah, I know people want to fight it, but you know, there is a real thing out here that exists as far as like the ocean conditions and not being used to them.